All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe, okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
So there was this group of women doing a study of the book of Malachi in the Old Testament. And they came upon the third verse in chapter 3, and it puzzled them. It said, "He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver." And they wondered what this statement meant about the character and nature of God. So one of the women offered to investigate the process of refining silver and then get back to them at their next Bible study. So that week, the woman called up a silversmith and was like, "Hey, can I come watch you while you work?" And she didn't mention anything about why she wanted to do this other than her curiosity about the process of refining silver. So he agreed, and she went. And as she watched him, he held a piece of silver over the fire and let it heat up. He explained that in refining silver, one needed to hold the piece in the middle of the fire, where the flames were the hottest, as to burn all the impurities away. The woman thought about God holding us in such a hot spot. Then she thought again about the verse, "He sits as a refiner and purifier of silver." So she asked the silversmith if it was true, if he had to sit there in front of the fire the entire time that the silver was being refined. He said yes, and he went on to explain that not only did he have to sit there, but he had to keep a very close eye on it, because if it was left a moment too long, then it would be damaged. The woman was silent for a moment, and then she asked, "How do you know when the silver is fully refined?" And he smiled and said, "That's easy, when I see my image in it." If today you are feeling the heat of this world's fire, just remember that God, our Father, has his eyes on you.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word and truth and this sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers and listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Alright, and there was a video, I found, just scrolling through, different videos on the web. And I remember a brother posting it, and it was pretty much, a faith booster, okay, dealing with the scripture in Malachi 3:3. And I want to address, to the brothers, how we're becoming valuable, okay? We're becoming valuable. And becoming valuable is a process. All right. And as an Israelite man, our value is rooted in our relationship with Yahweh Shai. As we begin to understand what's required of us, and do those things wholeheartedly. All right. And as we catch, hell and we go through our chastening and our affliction, we're being refined, and it's all a process. Okay. It's a process to becoming great. We're pretty much outcasts of society. We live simple lives. Okay. We make continual sacrifice, for the ministry. We catch, all these, random things that just happen out the blue, that we're having to deal with. We have to understand this part of the process. And Yahweh, all right, Bahashem Yahweh Shai is overseeing that process, of us becoming valuable, becoming, an asset, to his kingdom that's to come. Okay, so as you go into the precept, which she's referring to in Malachi 3:3, And it says, and he shall sit as a refiner, okay, and purifier of silver, okay. And just as she said, the silversmith said that he has, to watch over that whole process, okay. As he's refining that silver, he got to sit and watch it, okay. That's some tedious work. So we have to understand the Lord is watching our progression in this ministry, man, in the faith. It's a heavy thing. It says, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shai and offer in righteousness, man. So he's making us acceptable. Okay? And the sons of Levi, that represent the priesthood. But as we understand, when Yahweh Shai, okay, was made a sacrifice, that priesthood was open up to all 12 tribes under the order of Melchizedek. Okay? And that's the priesthood that's being refined in these times. Okay? That we can offer up an offering in righteousness, man. And that eternal offering that we're going to offer up is our conduct when we're changed, man. Okay? It's going to be acceptable. We're going to have acceptable behavior before Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Okay? Because what did the scriptures say in the book of 1 Samuel 15? Okay? 1 Samuel 15 and all right, 1 Samuel 15 and 22. It says, and Samuel said, have the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifice, as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, to hearken than the fat of rams. Okay, so obedience, is more pleasing to the Lord than sacrifice of animals. Okay, now in the kingdom, you're gonna have, ceremonial sacrifices. There's not going to be a need, okay, for the sin offering for Israel. Okay, and the Levitical priesthood is under the order of Melchizedek now. Okay, so the thing that's going to be pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai above anything is going to be our conduct. Okay, and we're being refined, okay, to have that conduct pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, and we're going to be perfected. So like we're going to be perfected when we're changed. This is Malachi 3 and 3 again. It says that he shall sit, okay, or he shall oversee as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, and they that they may offer unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shai an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old and as in former years. Okay, so we're being refined back to the old path of righteousness, man. Okay, and the difference this time is we're going to be in the new covenant, where we're going to be perfected with those new bodies. Okay, but it's a process to get there, and we're going through that process now, and we're becoming valuable, man. The most valuable thing that we can do, okay, is to establish, a relationship with Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, getting favor with Yahweh Shai, as Israelite men. And this is what we're doing. You brothers, are becoming valuable, man. Well, you're growing, you're learning, you're maturing in the faith. You're becoming valuable, man. Lord willing, we're all part of that number. Okay? So before we get to this phase of Isaiah 13, okay, and 11, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even the man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay? And that's speaking of an Israelite man, of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, but before we're made precious like unto fine gold, we have to be refined. We have to be purged. We have to be purified, man. Okay? And then, like I said, the Lord is overseeing their process, and He's going to pull us out of the furnace, the affliction. He said to really refine the silver, you have to be in the midst of it. This is how we know, all right, that, you know, because we're in the midst of it now. Just the fact, especially we're over here in Babylon, okay? And then even brothers in other countries that are heavily influenced by Babylon, okay, that are westernized, okay? We're in the midst of the fire over here in America. This is the worst of the worst, man. Okay? And it's going to intensify during Jacob's trouble, okay? But that's going to be for our refining. All right? And then eventually, hey, we're going to be, you know, as precious as gold. Okay? And then he made another point on how you can't leave, you know, the silver or gold in too long. All right? It comes a point where you got to take it out. All right? Just as Enoch was taken away, you know, before he was damaged. And so as we see things get more and more wicked, that means the Lord is closer and closer to removing us out of this captivity, man, so we won't be damaged. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 verse 10, it says he pleased the Most High, and that he is speaking of Enoch, okay, and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yes, speedily was he taken away, lest their wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Okay? So the Lord knew that, look, he has to take Enoch all right, out of this society before his soul is damaged, his spirit is damaged. Okay? So this is how we know we don't have long, man. It said, for the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He, being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time, for his soul pleased the Lord. Therefore hasted he to take him away from the wicked. All right, and it was all in due time. You know, so there's only so long that the Lord, all right, is going to allow us, okay, or suffer us to be, you know, in these conditions, man, before we're removed. Okay? And what says in 2nd Esdras? Let's get that real quick. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, yep. 2nd Esdras 15 and 9. Yeah. I started at 10. Yep, just get to the point. 2nd Esdras 15 and 10. It says, behold, my people, speaking of Israel, and this time the elect of Israel, is led as a flock to the slaughter. I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay? So the Lord, all right, is about to, he's almost at that point of removing, you know, the elect, okay, the hopeful elect of Israel from this affliction, this furnace, man. Okay? Because this society is nothing but a furnace unto us, man. All right? It's a vexation. Okay? So, let's go here. All right. Let's end it here. That's the book of Romans chapter 8. All right, because we're being refined and purged. All right, because he said, you know, she asked, when did he know, you know, that the silver, okay, was ready? When did she know that, you know, when could he tell, you know, that it was ready, that it was refined? Okay, he said, it's easy when I see my image in it. Okay, and as Israelite men, we've been conforming the image of Yahushua. Okay, who is in the image of his Father. Romans 8 and 29, it says, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image, you see, the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Okay? So we're being refined, all right? So we can be conformed to the image of the Son, which is Yahushua. Okay? So, that's the point. Just want to put some, put that on wax, all right, in the spirit, just going into how, we're becoming valuable, okay? But it's a process. The process, okay? We're going through that process of being refined, all right? And the Lord's going to remove us. We're going to be delivered in due time, okay? So, Lord will you, brothers and you sisters, edified. Till next time I say shalom.